Hello and welcome to World of Tanks. This is our final stream from our North Austin office closet studio. We've abandoned the green screens behind us, so you can just see our wonderful, totally non-messy office. Lovely to see all of you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We do have a little bit of news to share with you. We're a little tired. We've spent all day in meetings and packing. The entire office is packing up to move right now. So it's a bit chaotic around here, but we're here for a few hours. We're going to hang out, do some platoons, talk about some updates to those British lights. Nothing huge, no huge news, but a couple small things. And yeah, anything else?
Is it chaotic neutral or chaotic good? Or chaotic evil?
I'm going to call it chaotic good because I think we're heading in a good direction. Yeah.
I agree. Alrighty. Hello, Wes. Hello, Randall Green. Hello, George. How are you guys doing? Nick, what's up? Ortnoth, Montague, Joey.
Thank you for all the kind words. I got a couple of people saying some nice things. Somebody asked if that is a guitar box behind us. It's a bit. It does have the right shape, but it's smaller. It is a casting arm.
Yeti caster, which is essentially a kit.
It's that one right there?
Yeah, it essentially comes with a microphone, a boom arm, and a little tiny, essentially...
so that's obviously some really important
shock mount
information for you guys.
Yeah.
But we're excited to get all of the equipment into our new space. It'll be a lot more comfortable for us, and we'll be able to have... We won't have parts of the office appearing in the corner behind my screen anymore, so I'm excited about that.
We got a nice big old wall that's supposed to be painted chroma key green. We're gonna have lots of lighting, so hopefully Cabbage won't look so orange anymore and I won't look like a ghost.
I feel like I look a little less orange today. My beard is out of control though.
I'm a little bright here.
That's how I'm going to be spending the rest of the week, moving our stuff and then getting a nice beard trim.
Tone that all the way down.
All the way down.
There we go. No.
Yeah, we'll get there.
It's fine.
Hey, shout out to Crazy Boop who is moderating our chat today.
Hello, Hot Watt. Hello, Falsig. Hello, Chris N. Any ideas if we were going to see a Soviet T-35, a Sturm Tiger, and perhaps a German Oswald tank destroyer?
I got distracted by somebody saying Skoda T-40 for the win. Really, Ben? Really? Bold claim.
As far as we know, no current plans for those tanks, but...
Sturm Tiger, yeah, I don't have any news on any of those. Yeah. Those are some very specific and cool rare tanks you mentioned. I would be surprised if we don't see the T-35 at some point, just maybe as like a concept vehicle. But I'm not so sure. It would be interesting to see the Oswald on the Matilda chassis. I'd have to check that out. We'll take a look though. That's cool.
Let's see.
Thank you. Yeah, we're hoping to have a good move. It should be a more spacious office. We're moving into a much bigger office area. Since we moved our office from the Bay Area, which is all of the World of Tanks and World of Warships production stuff, it's been a bit crowded here. There was already an office here with their own departments. So we're finally going to have enough room to spread out.
Spread our wings.
And maybe like all of the cussing I do on the floor will offend the people around us less. So news on the British lights. I don't know if I can share the total details yet. I have to check the email again, but long story short, many of you mentioned the Manicore. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like meta changing. It's not going to suddenly make the Manicore amazing, but we are going to improve the aiming time and increase the shell, the amount of shells you bring into battle. So a little bit of quality of life changes for the next iteration of Common Test, and we'll see how that goes. I did talk to Alexei Alien about the issue, and he's like, I know they're not very good. People don't like them. We're on top of it. There's going to be changes. So keep in mind, those are not the final iterations of the British lights. We should see a nice, a couple nice buffs before they come live.
CG Player 2000 says, hey, Tragic and Cabbage, the senior Cabbage mechanic. Is there a junior mechanic of Cabbage? Would that be an engineer of Brussels sprouts?
Well, engineer would usually be above a mechanic, I think.
Maybe.
But maybe because the Brussels sprouts are mini cabbages, it equals out. I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
I don't know.
But for those of you who don't know, cabbage mechanic is just a Royal Navy term for a bad cook. So...
Mad Dog CB says, my favorite 2 community administrators. This is the real reason I tune into these live streams.
Thanks.
We appreciate it.
At Dark Phoenix on YouTube says, was the British Premium Light being way better a money-making scheme? Wink, wink. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I do sometimes lob those directly at the production dev teams just to like see their reaction to see if I can get it. But I got to be honest, I don't think it is. I especially the guys who, you know, they build these tanks, they laser scan the original ones, they build them, they put them in the game. Like those guys who put that much work into these tanks, none of them are thinking like, we have an evil plan to make more money by making this tank worse. They want everyone to enjoy every tank. They wouldn't put the work they do into the tanks otherwise.
And then Hamura Hum says, I'm just here to give my feedback. Thumbs down. Do you want to specify what the thumbs down is for? Is it for the British light tanks? Is it for a stream? Is it for the entire game? We like specific feedback.
Unfortunately, I do not speak Polish.
Yeah.
I did grow up in Chicago. I have some good friends who speak Polish, and it's mostly a mystery to me. They only tell me words to listen to me fail to pronounce them. But our good friend and colleague Domo actually speaks Polish quite fluently. Unfortunately, he is not with us today in the chat.
Yeah. Anyways, outside of that, I did post the link for you guys to platoon with us. We are going to be doing platoons today, so if you guys want to platoon, all you have to do is sign up on that link, give us a tier as well as your in-game name, and we will invite you. Make sure you have your setting turned off. Essentially, we're going to pop in-game here. We are looking at the back of my mutts, a little bit of mutt.
That's funny. I have a mutt selected too. That must have been our last vehicle from last game.
I think so.
Somebody said Vamtruck said Southside represent. I did technically grow up in the South Chicagoland.
So essentially, if you want to platoon with us, all you have to do is go in and turn off this setting specifically in your general settings. Just press escape and then settings and then uncheck this one, and then we'll invite you to our platoon. Otherwise, I believe you and I need to start a platoon. So I'm
I guess we should
add you to my blacklist.
Let me see if I'm on the Central server or the LATAM server.
You are on Central. You're fine.
I did it right today.
Finally.
Chicagoland suburbanite. You're not wrong.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
I mean, most people are, by the way.
You are now the commander. Oop, that's our link.
At least you're qualified. Most people just say Chicago and they're from Joliet. Well, part of it is also like you just say what's nearby to avoid the narrowing down. Like when I was living in the Bay Area and traveling, I'd meet people from overseas and they'd ask me where I was from, and I would usually just start with San Francisco, even though I was actually 40 minutes east, just because they're not going to know where Concord, California is.
Yeah.
A lot of them aren't even, and then they're like, I don't know where Concord is. So you're like, it's near Oakland. And like a lot of people don't know where Oakland is, so you end up saying San Francisco anyway. So I think like Chicago is kind of similar. Like if you're within an hour of Chicago, you just say Chicago because they're not going to know where Joliet is.
Whenever I gave people my hometown, which is San Jose, they were just like, "What the heck, San Jose?"
Where's San Jose?
And I'm just like an hour south of San Francisco, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, like, use Google Maps.
So it depends. All right, so we got some people filling in. Yes. Oh, yep, you already sent me a person. Sorry for missing that. We'll get Jeffy B is our first platoon, and we're gonna win all our games today. Is what I've decided.
I mean, I would say nice.
Hey, Michael.
But I'm just gonna comment that Hayward is a place.
It's not Vallejo.
It's not Vallejo. I lived in Vallejo. that.
No, Hayward's fine.
It's okay.
I miss the Bay Area weather, guys. Although the summer here hasn't been as brutal as it was last year.
All right, so Jeffy B said streamer's choice, so that is going to be you, and I'm actually going to turn on our wheel again because, well, we
the Wheel of Nations.
The wheel.
And so we got a bunch of people from. Bob says, "Welcome to Texas. I moved from California myself."
All right, Swedish tanks. So we're playing Swedish tanks. You get to pick the tier.
Well, I'm grinding the tier 8 medium, so I'm going to pick that.
I'm down. I'm gonna play this one.
I got my mastery badge in this tank on Sunday. I was playing a few games, and I had a monster game on what's the Scottish music map? I always forget the
Scottish.
The map with the bagpipe music. But I just had a magnificent game with like 2K spotting and 3,500 damage. It was just a great
Westfield. I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea, if I'll be honest.
Let's see, we got some.
I
Now
just
we
said
got
honestly twice. Alright.
Oakland is near Roseville. I was born in Sacramento and raised in the Sierras. I live in Colorado now. Oh, cool.
Hey, Colorado's not that bad. Not
That's
a bad
Mad
place
Dog.
to live.
Yeah, Colorado's great. I mean, I think that's the bad stereotype, right? Is all the Californians are leaving.
Yeah.
My father's family lived in California for many generations, and I think we're all leaving. No comment on why. It's still a lovely
Aiming
place.
speeds. Alrighty. Oh, I have no skip. You know what? I've played this. We'll do this one.
New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Alright. Alrighty.
Let's
so
do it.
we're gonna do a
Tier 8
count
count-in.
Yep. Alright, so tier 8 count in.
Monty says that he was born about 45 north of San Fran, so that's what, like Healdsburg?
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, okay. So
Somewhere in
Westfield
there?
is the bagpipe.
It was
Yeah.
Westfield,
Yeah.
okay.
I was honestly unsure.
Okay, Mad Dog. Ernest says, hello from Blue Mountain, Mississippi. Wow, I gotta tell you, Ernest, we don't get a lot of... I haven't seen a lot of Mississippi popping up. Let me know if Blue Mountain, Mississippi is a place I should go. I'm actually thinking about traveling from Texas over to Florida later this year. So I'm looking for places to check out in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. I've never really been through there.
I'm from San Francisco.
Monty says my brother was born in Healdsburg. Oh, got it.
Hello. Ooh, that's a real nice camo you got there.
Yeah, my Ad Astra.
And that's also a really nice camo you got there, Jeffy B. I like that. I like that.
Oh,
Twitch camo.
yeah, he's got the Sabaton
y'all
tank.
are super... What?
Isn't he?
No,
Oh, it's you. You're in the Sabaton tank. My bad.
So there's this thing that shows, like, the username of the person right above their
Yeah,
tank.
I turn it off so that I don't judge people. I have to hold that. I have to hold Alt to see it.
Oh, no.
Somebody. So we got a bunch of states coming in. Utah. I saw Ohio pop up. Mexico. Hola. New Hampshire. New Hampshire is my favorite state, probably of all the states, just
Really?
because. Well, you get to have a license plate that says "Live Free or Die" on it, and I think that's fantastic.
Wow.
I love that. I want that on my license plate.
You should just get that tattooed on yourself.
Well, I could, but I mean, like, if I could have official state.
Live free or die.
Yeah, that's the state motto in New Hampshire, right?
Like, just get a fake license plate tattooed on yourself.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Hey, I mean, it's the best way to get a license plate from...
John says, how do I shut this off? You can just scroll past it, John.
Yeah.
You can mute us.
I mean,
You
if
can
want
close the
to leave us.
browser window and open up a new one if you want to go that much.
Peterborough, Ontario.
Uh-huh.
Vancouver, British Columbia.
There we go. I love... Man,
First
British
time
Columbia is so
watching
beautiful.
y'all. Hello, Will Hare.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Welcome to our stream.
All right. Oh, Ken's here. Hey, Ken. How's it
Virginia.
going?
That's the first Virginia we've seen. So far, at least.
Ken says he can send me a plate if I want. It's got to be authentic. One of my good friends here is from Vermont, and he's a great guy. But I always make fun of him because Vermont's like the softer version of New Hampshire, right?
Softer version.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's just a bit, it's a bit 10-ply.
Let's see. Hello, is the
From
NA server going to
Ottawa.
have the same
Nice.
cool summer
Hello,
sale
Ottawa.
EU is having? Are we?
I'm actually, I don't think so, but we are going to have our own cool sales. Don't worry about it. There's going to be cool stuff coming.
There's a Skoda who's coming at me. Be very, very careful.
I just traded shots with the FE. I won the fight because I have higher alpha.
Well, yeah, I think you did.
Pittsburgh, Okoboji, Iowa. I think I pronounced that right. Let me know if I didn't. Ottawa, Arkansas, Gettysburg. Somebody says they're in Pittsburgh right now, but they're traveling from work. That's the real board. 0 and
Let's
E2.
see. I've never seen
Saskatchewan.
a sheriff in 2 years. I should probably change the title. We decided to go on our
Oh.
personal accounts.
Yeah, we didn't bust out the
Today.
sheriffs this time. We will be having another sheriff weekend coming soon. Actually would have run it this week, but we're pretty tied up with event prep and the move. Wait, we need to just knock out that T50 before
There
he...
we go.
Oh, he just reloaded, I think.
Oh,
2
is he
shots?
reloading?
He's got 1 shot left.
Here, I can do it. There we go.
Nice.
Didn't even take a shot from him. I also changed our title between the time.
Wow. Oh, Powerage is from Chicago. We're going to find out he's in Joliet, like, right
We
away.
got Jam John in chat who's saying he's in Austin, Texas. Hey,
Oh,
Jimmy
is that
John.
where you're from, Jimby?
Yeah.
Or is that where you're at? Somebody said they're from South
top
Side, the
of
actual
West
South Side. Oh,
Virginia.
that's awesome.
That's
I still have a lot of family
should
in
probably
Irving Park,
move across.
which is north side. But
All right, I'm moving towards center of map. Thrash the tanks. I am trying.
Jimmy
This
Jones is
probably,
actually from Sheboygan.
This is probably the best I've played on stream in a while.
Oh, wow, one
which
game
is,
in?
You know.
Oh, I
Which
just
is
got
a little sad.
I just got taught a lesson about why you shouldn't run along the top of the sand dune.
No. Oh, I have HE loaded. Nice.
76 people. This game is dead. Oh god, I'm dead. What is dead may never die, Benjamin.
They're talking about like the amount of people in our stream.
Nick says, when can I buy my chieftain? You can't answer on stream. Where do I find this information? If you're referring to the clan event,
Oh, that sucked.
I don't think the Fame Marketplace has opened up yet, but it should be coming up soon.
Good question.
Let's move over to watch Jeffy be curious the rest of this game.
Can you provide details about the changes in the personal missions related to bounce tasks? What will change? So currently, I believe the common test was delayed. I believe. As soon as we get more information, there is a video on what changed, but not everything was in the video. I'm not 100% sure what changes were made to the personal missions for campaigns, but once we get more information, we can.
Dova says that they shot me. Were you screen sniping me, Dova?
Aw.
I'm trying to figure out who he was. Oh, the SU. Yeah, you were the one who taught me the lesson about running on top of the sand dune like an idiot. At community manager, what should I do if someone cheats the game because Wargaming did not help me close my ticket, knowing provide proof? If they are cheating, they will get picked up by our anti-cheating team. And we actually just had a wave last month, I think.
So
yeah. Nick asked if we know a date for the campaign. I don't off the top of my head. I have to ask Big Brother.
Armada, we are on Twitch. It's World of Tanks NA is our channel.
Yeah. Eric says y'all got to ease up on face taking that damage. Yeah, you're actually right on that one, Eric. It's classic move.
Yeah. How did you get the job title Senior Cabbage Mechanic?
Tragic put it into the title, and that's it.
Yeah. You must be OP at all times.
I'm not OP in this game, to be honest, guys. Yeah. I'm gonna be straight about that. My recent win rate is higher than Tragic's, though.
I believe all of us are dead, so we can go back to the garage.
Ooh. Riley says Denton, Texas here. I was in Denton a couple of years ago, Riley, and had a great time. Really wonderful place you had there. Especially, I'm not a big fan of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I have on occasion referred to it as a concrete hellscape. But Denton is cool. And they have an amazing bookstore there. I got a signed copy of a book by William Gibson. Hung out at a couple really cool bars that were houses that were converted into bars. Denton, Texas. If you're in Dallas, go to Denton. That's my tourism pitch for you.
Let's see. Will Odom wants to know, have bans gone through for the NA campaign? I heard they have, but none of my clan members have moved up slots. Honestly, that might be a question for 1984 Big Brother.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're a bit behind on the clan, guys, especially because we're occupied with the move and stuff right now. So somebody asked about what's with the British light tanks having low ammo. That the supply is getting buffed. Bacon Bite on Twitch who asked that question, and somebody else asked about what our opinion was of the British lights. I think we kind of agree with the general sentiment. I haven't gotten a ton of time to play around with them, but they're a little underwhelming right now. I do think they look really cool, which I know isn't the best metric, but I'm a big fan of how they look. Thank you for the game. Jeffy B. GG. Thank you.
A sheriff is a what? Yes. A sheriff is a what employee? So with sheriffs currently, sheriffs are employees for wargaming, but they're also content creators. So people like Sophie and Air G, as well as True Voodoo, they're all sheriffs.
Klaus,
they're not necessarily.
Klaus plays the sheriff account a lot.
They're not necessarily the best players or very good players, but a lot of them are very good players.
Well, we do also have the clan. I've sent an invite to Dodd Poop Hero.
Dodd.
So quite
very
a name.
Interesting name.
Quite a name.
Dodge, please join us.
Send it one more time there.
We're gonna get that person, and they chose tier 9.
Steven says, "Can you use a joystick on what?" I mean,
actually respin up.
Yeah, I think you can make it work. You might have to use JoyToKey, which is a third-party app that I probably can't officially endorse. But you could make it work if you wanted to. I think most people will find that the mouse keyboard is just much more precise.
Give me Chinese tanks twice in a row. Will there be a solution to reuse or convert national... Alright, tier 9 UK. To convert national blueprints to universal blueprints, or what was it? Or sell national blueprints if you have blueprints but you already have researched all tanks in a specific nation. At this point in time, no, but that could change in the future. Oh, I just realized I don't have... I remember why we didn't use the wheels, because we're not on our shares.
Shane wants us to play the OP M3 Lee.
We'll get rid of the wheel since we're not on our shares.
Yes, that was my goal this whole time.
And we'll just play tanks.
Yeah, I nothing that I've heard of on changing the blueprint system like that. I do totally understand the desire for that. Or at least like maybe being able to break down unused blueprints into pieces that could be assembled into ones you could use.
3.
Monty says, "Heck, Montague is a sheriff. The bar is quite low." Oh, come on, Monty, don't sell yourself short.
And then someone asked if there are sheriffs on Xbox. Unfortunately, we're not the console devs or publishers, so we don't know too much about what's going on in World of Tanks Xbox. However, I don't think they have sheriffs on Xbox, so or on console.
Not that I'm aware of, but again, we're pretty out of the loop on console, so
yeah. Is there any update on how NA will receive rank rewards?
Man.
No.
Shane
it's
needs
still
us to
going
play
through
the M30.
approvals, as far as I know. PC is the master race.
We're gonna put some brain. We're gonna use our big brains for this game.
Exploding brain.
Manva can't carry us by himself. He's gonna need some help. So I'm planning on going north and then holding that little depression next to the wall there.
North. I'm gonna go north with you. Just an idea, instead of stripping all tanks of emblems and inscriptions upon the release of 1.6, it may be better to give players a new garage function to do so themselves. I mean, honestly, you know, programming an additional feature would be more time than just removing everything and having people just put it all back on. So, do you know why the 4005 is an autoloader on Blitz but not on PC? Probably because we have different devs.
On PC? Or on Blitz, I mean?
What happened to the green screens? We ditched them because we are moving offices, and so we would like to show you guys kind of like the room that we stream from and how we've been streaming for the last 6 months. So,
is this about 1.6? Not specifically. We have talked about a few things that are coming in 1.6.
Oh gosh, I was like staring at chat and I rammed into Manva?
So I have a question about the HWK12 and the other HWKs. So some people shorten them as Hawk. The 59 patent has such a giant tumor to shoot. But because it's German and the W should be a V sound, right? So wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't Havoc be better than Hawk as like a short way of saying the name? Or am I ridiculous? You let us know.
Both.
What do you think? Am I wrong? Should it be Havoc, Hawk?
No.
Maybe we should just say HWK. I already get a lot of heat because I'm a soft G GIF guy, and people don't like that.
I don't like that.
Even though that's how the English language works, and when you put an irony after a G, you get a soft G sound, and that's just like how life is. People don't like it for some reason. I don't know why. Can't explain
Except, like, there are so many exceptions to your rules.
I mean, yeah, but when you go to the zoo, you don't be seeing any giraffes, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you do have graphics, which is
that's not a thing.
Interface.
There are graphics is an R, not an I, and that's not how you spell words. It's not a rule.
How do you get enemy
It's a
tanks to
made-up
be blue and not red? You turn on colorblind mode. It's actually in your settings. I can show you if and when. Well, actually, no. Just when I die, I can show you. For sure.
I like that you left out the if. I'm content just keeping this pressure up here for now.
Yeah. Same.
I don't think we need to push into them. Let's like let them make the mistakes and then just make sure we don't get flanked.
Fair. What's your favorite German tank, Cabbage?
Oof. My favorite German tank of all the German tanks. That was bad. I like the Leopard 1 a lot right now. I like the Panzer IV with the derp is fun. The RE251 is really good.
Someone wants to know how you pronounce gifts.
Oh god. So I'm not saying there aren't any exceptions, but I actually think I'm gonna say this is gonna be a weird answer, but the Panther 88. The Panther 88 was my first premium tank that I bought with gold that I got when I started working for Wargaming. Got a nice little gold trickle, and I didn't have any tier 8 premiums until then, and the Panther 88 was the first one I got.
I don't know how I found that 103.
So for sentimental reasons, the Panther 88 is my favorite German tank. But as far as gameplay, I think I really like the Leopard 1 right now. Sorry for rambling so much. Cabbage has no favorite since all the German tanks need to get buffed. I mean, not all of them. Some of them are fine. But yeah, I would agree that there's a lot of German tanks that could use some love.
I don't know what's bothered me, but I don't like it.
What's my favorite Russian tank? Favorite Russian tank. What's your favorite Russian tank? I know this.
The IS-3.
Yeah, I think that's a safe one.
No.
I think actually the Rudy's the one I find myself going back to the most, I think. That was hilarious. I just watched that guy crash.
Can you... So, guys, for one, XVM isn't just looking at stats, but I'm gonna read the comments. Can you please just remove XVM? I get already focused and YOLO'd because of my WNA. I haven't used it for 5 years, and there is absolutely no need for it. So XVM isn't just stats, but on top of that, we are working on an anonymizer for stats. So that's already a work in progress.
T44 pushing below.
Like most people, in all honesty, a lot of people think it'll do good, and then some people think it won't do anything. So there's still some contention between whether it'll do anything and whether it'll do nothing. So.
Well, I died first. Cabbage just named the T-3485. You can't be wrong with the answer. I did technically name a T-3485, just the Rudy version of them. Yeah, the M is nice. Unknown Tanker says, Tragic, wouldn't you like to be able to change your garage like in ships, maybe to pass garages from other events? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, would you?
I mean, there are mods for it.
Yeah, there are mods for it. I would like it. I know the issue we usually have is Tanks has a lot of issues with the version number.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times the old garages just go out of date and require work to be brought up to the current version.
Yeah.
And it's usually just changing the number of the patch in the back end. Which, you know, if we were designing the system today, I don't think we'd design it that way.
Yeah.
Gibbsman on YouTube says, noob question, what platform are you playing on PC? Yes, this is the World of Tanks PC channel, primarily. Almost 100% these days. It used to be a lot more ambiguous, but we've become more product independent. So this channel specifically is definitely almost always going to feature World of Tanks PC stuff.
Did I not just say we had an anonymizer that hides stats?
We're going to have one.
Yeah.
Bacon Bite on Twitch says, I feel like the T-125 fell out of place. It got nerfed into the ground after being ridiculously OP for a long time.
Yeah.
Is what it got knocked out of place, I think. But its place at the time was arguably the best heavy and maybe even the best medium in the game. That was like 2017, 2016 maybe. Like 2016, I think, primarily. But there was a long period of time in 2016 where the E5 was amazing. Yeah. Great game, Manva.
Puma 230.
Look at us. We're actually winning some of these today. How awesome is that?
Can you see allied stats? So the anonymizer, we don't 100% know how it would work, but essentially...
We haven't seen a working version yet.
Yeah, but essentially what I'm guessing would happen is it prevents third-party sites like XVM or Watt Labs or Noob Meter from accessing your API, which is what gives the information for what your stats are. That's essentially what I'm guessing it would look like.
I'm not finding a Puma 230. Is that the...
That's what the type is. There,
Sorry,
so...
Puma 230. I'm not finding you. Let us know if the name is wrong.
Ink. Let's see. Are there any special game modes like football or racing? Yes. It may or may not.
We actually confirmed. We have confirmed previously that racing is coming back. I'll let it. It's your choice this time. Hola. So it's your choice. You get to pick.
What? Oh.
Yep.
Why do I have to pick?
Because I had to pick last time.
Okay. Why are we angry about having to pick which tank?
It's decision fatigue. Honestly, I didn't think decision fatigue was a thing, and then now I know it's a thing.
Because I force you to make a decision every single time.
That happens usually like 4 or 5 times per day, actually.
Yeah. That's true. Let's see. Any time in Frontline going to have a random tier change like 7 or 6?
Not this season.
Yeah. We do know that there is a new map that's going to be coming, which won't happen during the season. So when we say season, we mean from the time it started to November is when it's going to end. So essentially, there's only most likely going to be minor changes to Frontline as it goes through this year. There's already been some changes, including the amount of consumables you can bring, which are like the artillery fire and the spotting plane and stuff like that. So no new map this year.
For Frontline, yeah, it hasn't confirmed either way yet, but yeah, it's we'll see.
Alrighty, so tier 10. Get ready. The other thing is, as you go lower in the tiers, it's harder to get around a map because tanks are slower and
you have lower radio range and stuff. Yeah, so Cryptic said that stuff would get real bad at tier 6 and below. I think tier 6 itself might be okay, but below that for sure. Yeah. I agree with you, just because the mobility and the spotting.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Das Gigamittel. I love the voices at the Halloween, I hopefully wrote it correctly, event. Any plans to maybe offer them the Latin-speaking voices? Penetratio Perfecto. We actually had a lot of comments about that at the time, and I do think the Halloween event team noted that, so fingers crossed they make another appearance in the next one.
Yeah.
I don't know about selling, though. Maybe in the future when we get around to that kind of customization stuff.
Jeremy Johnston says, is ranked mode gone forever from NA? No. So essentially what's happening currently, this did get answered sort of during the AMA, but essentially they are going to rework all of the things that they tried to implement last, which was essentially even more separated levels, or prestige tiers, I believe. So they're going to make more changes to that, and then they're going to bring ranked back for all of the servers. The reason why it wasn't released for NA is because the queue times would literally be an hour long. Yeah, we decided that was not worth it.
Well, so. which again kind of indicates that the system was maybe not the best design. But yeah, we ran some simulations based on on the matchmaking, and it wasn't going to be doable. So a lot of changes are happening. My understanding is I actually need an update on this issue. It's been a little while since I had one, but we should have some good news about ranked very soon. Dosky Mittel says, in English, my nickname would be The Antidote.
Oh.
Stormer says, you guys really need a thing to copy and paste in the chat for these old-ass questions. We do have the Q&A, or the FAQ.
Yeah,
but,
we do have the FAQ.
But yeah, I mean, at some point, you just got... Ellen Sider said, so is there a sheriff event going on now? No, there is not. We will announce it on stream.
Yeah.
We'd like to make sure that the stream viewers get the first chance at applying for those deputy accounts.
Yeah.
Since you guys are, we appreciate you showing up here.
We'll probably try and get it started. So we're moving again, but within Austin.
Yeah, the next week's going to be crazy.
Yeah, so we're dealing
up
with a lot of stuff. We're also dealing with planning for things like D-Day Ohio. A lot of you already know that we're going to D-Day Ohio again this year. It is the 75th anniversary for
D-Day.
D-Day.
Well, it was the 75th anniversary in June anyway.
It was.
I intend to get an answer on why the big D-Day reenactment doesn't happen in June, by the way. That's my goal. I think they have a really good reason. I just need to find it.
But yeah, so we're planning a lot of stuff, but we will get another sheriff event running pretty soon. We generally do clan spotlights, and then clans get sheriff accounts, which, by the way, if you guys are seeing issues with people in those clan sheriff accounts, and they're not being, the best person that they can be, do report them. Because we want to make sure we keep tracks of incidents like these, so that way we can make sure the same people are sanctioned, because they will be sanctioned on their personal accounts.
Has that been a problem?
Some, a little bit.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, but no. I got 5K spotting in a Doom Turtle battle. Dang,
That's what happens when you're the frontline turtle.
Frontline turtle.
I'm a big believer in heavy tank scouting. I usually do a fair amount of scouting in my heavy tanks.
Field Mouse is a big favorite of Sophie, yeah. Anytime she goes spotting on Proc, I believe she calls it Field Mouse.
I really want to go hit... I'm going to do it. I'm going to do something really stupid, guys. I'm sorry. I want to go shoot these guys on the hill in the rear.
Ouchies.
I just think if I get behind this hill, it'll be okay. I'm probably wrong, but I like to experiment. This Skoda's going to be so upset when I shoot him. Oh, now he's going to clip me.
I'm going to be real upset when this person shoots me. Yes, it's called Field Mouse. Yeah. Why does a historically themed game have so many fantasy tanks? So when you say fantasy, what do you mean by fantasy? Because I believe every single one of the tanks in our game has at least had historical documents.
I mean, some of them are pretty tenuous, not gonna lie.
They're essentially called paper tanks.
It's not unfair to call them fantasy tanks, to be completely honest, in some cases. But I mean, yeah, obviously the answer is content. I'm not gonna soften that one. But yeah, like we figure variety is the spice of life, and more tanks is better than less tanks. So when it comes to adding content to the game, anything we can find a reasonable route for will be considered. And a lot of times, sometimes more actual historical stuff will get turned down in favor of maybe stuff that's less historical but we think is better for gameplay. The most obvious example being the Sturm Tiger, which we actually have built a model of and have tested a few versions of, but it's very hard to make vehicles like that work in the game balance. Oh boy, the T10's gonna get salty and come after me, watch. Oh, he shot. Okay, I'll take that. Thanks for showing me a side of your turret, T10, I appreciate it.
I'm leaving that area because, well...
Oh, he baited me out. Oh, I blocked the shot!
Hey.
STB1 is King Brawler.
King Brawler.
I've done almost 3k damage. I'm so good at this game.
My teammate just drowned as Artie for no reason. Report him as unsportsmanlike. Ooh, hello, buddy.
Oh, Doom Turtle.
That is
scary Doom Turtle.
A Zoom Turtle now.
Did they get a speed buff?
Yeah.
If you play T95 but you use the race gas, is that called a Zoom Turtle?
Yes. Is there any reason why there is not a single German medal in the game, even though Germany had many ace tankers in World War II? Even the Italians have one, so why not a Rommel medal?
I mean, I to be frank, I think there'd be some questions about like creating an honorific around a Nazi.
Yeah.
Just to be real about it.
Yeah.
Even though that's true, I wish we did live in a world where we could completely separate the historical from the political.
Yeah.
But and we do our best here. I think we better than most companies who operate in the field. We're willing to.
I also believe it's a legal issue because
some countries,
yeah, we wouldn't be able to have them for Germany. So.
Germany has changed laws on those a little bit, but
that's
just my suspicion. I'm not even actually saying that's the case. I suspect that's probably the case, and I understand why.
There was a rumor floated at Aquino, a grizzly may be coming. I think it was more like we would like to have the grizzly in game.
We have. I mean, I'll put it like I have officially requested a grizzly.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll get one.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely trying to get some cool Canadian content for our friends in the north.
Mad Dog CB says, a T95 with JP8 jet fuel. Let's make it a special T95 variant called the T95 JP8. Nice. Let's see.
How was I still spot?
Cody said if the game was historical, they couldn't give the poor Manticore 20 shells instead of 16.
Yeah, right?
Winky face.
Oh, boy. I got Death Starred. I didn't realize the game was that close. I wouldn't have played that sketchy. Do we have an AFK tank at base? Yes. We have an AFK 50 TP. That sucks.
Oh, man.
I played that so badly in retrospect. And that's why it's important to pay attention to the players left on the team.
No.
I would have played that totally differently if I realized.
Yeah. It's alright. Alright. Oh, man. Actually, pancakes sound... Man... Anytime someone talks about, like,
Wargaming stream, food's gonna get mentioned.
Yeah, anytime someone brings up, like,
whatever.
Pancakes or waffles at, like, dinner time, I immediately want breakfast for dinner. It'll never
Love Hitman says if the game was historical, the Tiger 2 wouldn't be one of the worst tanks in the game.
Oh, man.
I mean, that depends on your definition of worst. I think a lot of generals would argue that a tank that gets stuck in mud and has its transmission breakdown all the time probably isn't a great tank. But yeah, I think we've commented on the Tiger several times before, but if we could go back, I think we'd probably say that the Tiger 1 should probably be a tier 6 tank and the Tiger 2 should probably be a tier 7 tank. And then we just nerf the guns on both and call it good.
Ernest Jones says, I've been playing for over 3 years and I have started on Xbox 360 and now on Xbox One. We aren't the console devs, but your question was, where and how can I apply to be a tester? So when it comes to PC, unfortunately, there are currently no NA super testers. And then Common Test is free for everyone to play. We're going to play tier 6, by the way. So yeah.
Back in 2012 or so, the tank was good, just pin power creep.
Someone says, why do we have to redo our tank emblems? Because we're essentially adding a new and improved system, and so having people just, like, be able to, well, it's easier to have everything be removed than have them glitch because they're still on your tank, or get them bugged because they are on your tank. So just, oh, I got a reward. Ooh,
oh,
I got
wait.
Tiger.
My bad. I tried to switch tanks and now it's stuck. Come on, client.
What did you do? For shame. I'm gonna tog this one.
No, it's not American. It's gotta be American.
Aim
gotta pick
bug
American.
in frontline is still not. What?
You gotta pick American.
Why American?
Because that's the rule.
Okay.
I said it's the rule.
What tier? Alright, I'll play the Fury. Oh gosh, I don't have that kitted. I guess I will play the Thunderbolt. Because
Really should kit out the Fury. Fury's good.
Um,
Highest DPM at tier 6 premium.
William, do you mind submitting a ticket about that? As far as we knew, it was mostly gone.
He's right. It's still around.
Okay.
So William, I think that's also in the issue we talked about last stream, which is we're having issues with how the rendering goes over the Havoc physics.
Yeah.
My understanding is that is part of that issue as well. I might be wrong. I'm not a dev, but we are working with the Havoc team directly to resolve that entire suite of issues, which also includes stuff like slippery rocks. So hopefully we'll have good news for you on that soon. I do understand it's frustrating, and and that it it's been a long time.
So, William, we will say, like, a lot of our code is pretty old, and although Frontline is a very new mode, the aiming system in our game is older, and the graphics rendering is newer, which can cause lots of issues. So, I don't know if you've ever coded, but there's a joke in the coding, I guess, community that's kind of like, okay, 99 bugs in a code, take one down, patch it around, 129 bugs in the code. So.
Alright, so let's get this tier 6 going.
Okay. Tier 6, get ready.
John Carlos says, yeah, steak is a good breakfast meal. Correct.
2, 1, go.
Wrecker said, just bought my Fury like an hour ago. That's right, the Fury's for sale right now. So,
yeah.
Somebody else said
Let's actually talk about some of the things that are on my nice
I do want to cover,
little run of show.
Wrecker said they think the Thunderbolt has made the Fury irrelevant. That might be true on a purely statistical level. I think the Fury still has higher DPM, but I personally do way better in the Fury than I do in the Thunderbolt, and I have really tried to make the Thunderbolt work for me.
Yeah.
Probably purely random chance, but I prefer the Fury.
Yeah, so I'm going to quickly...
The Fury, not the Furry.
Go through some of the things that are on this sheet, mostly because a lot of this is old news for you guys. Tank Rewards is back for a lot of people. Essentially, the tanks that are available this time around are the T-14, the M4, and the Ram-2. All of them have an 100% crew. You can also get blueprints, packs, and boosters. The on-track for the Oods 15-16 starts tomorrow, so this is, I believe, the first time we've had a on-track for something that has hydropneumatic suspension, tank mastery, which means you can get a nice emblem on your tank if you get an Ace Mastery badge on your these specific tanks. You can just put it on the side of your tank. The Hawk 12, the Object 430 version 2, the Tiger 2, and the SU-101. And then obviously we still have Care Package Foxtrot going. That goes on until July 29th. And then we have the Fury tank, which is on sale. If you guys didn't know, it is the same Fury tank from the movie Fury. So, you know, with the dude and the guy.
Can we say the actors' names?
I don't think
we'll
we
probably
can.
get in trouble if we do.
I don't think.
But you guys know that guy from Even Stevens was in there. So
Prad Bit.
Oh, I was saying
Prad Bit was on there.
Crya Baboof was the one I was referencing.
Oh, okay. And then we have we actually have a really awesome article that we have up on our portal page right now, which is worldoftanks.com. Death 116, or, well, 10016. So essentially, his story, he had to relearn how to play World of Tanks because he can only use one hand. He got a special controller in order to play tanks, so that way he can use essentially, I believe it's his left hand, to play World of Tanks. So both the keyboard and the mouse have been combined for him, so he can play World of Tanks PC on a special controller. So if you guys want to read his story, we do have that on our portal page. So if you want to learn more about him or learn more about his controller, you could always check that out. So lefties of the worlds unite. Ah, yes.
I'm a lefty. I write lefty anyway.
You're a lefty? I actually don't think I knew that about you.
Well, I'm a bit ambidextrous, but I do I write with my left hand.
Doesn't that mean you
live
in water for part of your life? Hashtag amphibious jokes.
Is that a reference I don't understand?
No, I'm just making well, sort of. It was a joke because there was a news article that was writing about an ambidextrous pitcher on a high school baseball team, and they called him amphibious. So he was an amphibious pitcher.
So he was like a pitcher who'd switch from righty to lefty?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. I'm not sure if that would actually give you a huge advantage at the high school level.
Actually it might, because like most people train to bat against right-handed pitchers. So he could also make his team better because
that's what
his
I'm
team
saying.
is
Is then
pitching
like
against.
so if that's the case, he'd just be better off pitching left-handed the whole time, right?
You could switch it up on someone.
I don't know. I'm dubious of somebody's level of proficiency at that. I mean, he's probably amazing, and I'm just being a skeptical douchebag. Future for amphibious tanks.
Future for
Yes.
amphibious tanks.
Sherman platoons are only second to Poodle platoons. Correct. That is a factual statement. Although I would say Tog platoons might still be number 1 on that list. I actually just had a great Tog platoon. Oh my gosh, I got
That's
Jackson.
an SU-100.
I'm dead. Let's. We're gonna follow Larry 3 here and provide some play-by-play. I went the wrong direction.
Oh no.
Where you at, Larry?
Oh no.
Here we go. Larry, by the way, a really tastefully outfitted purple Jackson with this nice 003 on the back. He's got a mark of excellence and what appears to be a Staffordshire Terrier wearing sunglasses as his clan emblem, which is fantastic.
Someone asked if we're married.
No. If what?
If we're married.
No.
No.
We're not married.
No.
I've mentioned this several times before, but I'm actually in a steady relationship with the M46 Patton at Bovington Museum. We write each other letters. It's a long-distance relationship, but, we're happy together.
You are
we're happy.
deep, aren't you? There is just like a -2 that's going straight for a Hardy, so I'm...
You know what's terrifying? A Lux platoon. Correct.
You know what's scary? Panzer 1C platoon. Like a good one. Those things. Oof.
Wrecker says, I've got the M4 improved. The M4 Revy Rev. We call it the ravioli.
I love the ravioli.
Which doesn't actually make sense because it's a
Ravioli,
Israeli
ravioli,
it's an Israeli tank in the
ravioli.
French line with an American hull. But we call it the ravioli.
I was gonna protect our artillery, but they got it.
Fury. I think all now is the Laszlo. Yeah, I love the Loza. The Loza is almost identical to the Fury, I think, statistically. One of them is, I want to say the Fury has a lower top speed but faster acceleration, and the Loza's opposite, but I think they're otherwise identical. I might be wrong about that. But I really like the Loza for the same reason I like the Fury. Good tank. You're a new player, you get an AMX 40, you're excited to use your duck tank, you join your first game, and 3 Lukes are running at you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I remember when I first started playing the game, actually, the Lukes was scary, but the Tier 5 German Leopard Light was actually also really scary. I think that got nerfed or changed at some point, but they were scary tanks.
Jay Laurent asks, why are we removing team damage? Why don't we just increase the penalty? That's mostly because... So when
it was definitely considered.
Yeah, one of the things in terms of like penalties for people for like literally anything against their own team, there's a balance between, okay, someone did this accidentally versus someone did this on purpose. And yeah, like sometimes you get that one person who occasionally, once in a while, will accidentally shoot a teammate. And then you get the person who, once in a while, will want to shoot a teammate on purpose. And so the easiest way is to just remove it. One of the things we are working on is making sure people are informed about things like physics abuse. So if you guys don't know what physics abuse, it is people pushing, blocking, or shoving your tank, whether it's off cliffs or just making sure you aren't able to attack the enemy. So there's lots of things that we're working on to make sure you guys are well informed before the new patch hits, especially when it comes to team damage versus physics abuse. So
LN Cinder said some very nice things. We appreciate it, LN Cinder and you too. That was very nice of you. Wrecker said the Tier 5 Leopard is the most underrated tank in the game. Bold claim.
Alright, so Powerage.
Okay.
I will next.
Get Powerage 13.
Alright. And if you guys do want to platoon with us, I'm going to post the link one more time, and you guys can hop in and play with us.
Invoice sent to Powerage.
Ooh, and he already has a tank selected, so I guess we're
going straight to the IS. Let's do it. Let's just do IS-3s.
Oh, heck yeah.
IS-3 squad?
IS-3 squad.
What we're doing? Powerage might have changed his mind. Changed their mind.
No, don't change your mind.
Fantastic.
All right, IS3 platoons.
All right.
IS3.
Russian bias platoon.
Get
Let's do it.
Ready. 3, 2, 1.
William on Facebook
Go.
asked for an ETA on the patch.
Go.
Sorry. None. Right, none that I can share at the moment. Because there's still some changes being made that might change the timeline. As some of you already know, we have made some changes to the British Lights, and I suspect that more will be coming. So we'll see. But, you know, soon. TM, as Kyle said. Riker says Soviet national anthem, wave. Da, 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 da,
I mean,
right?
Realistically, like, there's not really a place anymore for team damage in our game. Like, it just kind of causes more issues than...
Yeah, I'm not going to say that's not a universal... Like, I would say that we have our internal disagreement about it as well. Yeah. But there's cranky old gamers like me who view it as a bit of a over-casualization of the game. But that, you know, not everyone agrees with that. But the reality is that team damage does lead to a lot of other headaches that could be avoided just by turning team damage off. And ultimately, sometimes convenience wins out. So I mean, I don't think any of these ideas about changing the team damage system to either punish it more severely or more immediately, they're not necessarily bad ideas. But there were a lot of reasons why we made this choice to turn it off.
The reason why we punish for things like team damage and physics abuse and also drowning your vehicle is because it creates a negative experience for other people. And so, like, intentionally doing it is a very unsportsmanlike thing. Intentionally pushing, shoving, causing issues with other players, essentially making their gaming experience a poor experience, that's not okay, and that means that it's like you're a rule breaker. Like, what do you do to someone if they break rules in basketball? Is you give them a penalty. Like,
I think Seth on Facebook had a post I wish I could have read in its entirety. The chat scrolled by really fast. But Seth made a comment about how there's an old game dev rule that you shouldn't punish players.
What I was responding to.
You shouldn't punish players for stuff that's in the game. I agree with that in like a perfect design world. But you're not always in... Whoa. I'm being shot from above now and behind too. That's unfortunate. This is bad.
Hey, what up?
I think if you're designing a game from scratch, I agree. One of the things you want to try and do is make it so that you're not creating any situations where players are able to do something that you want to ban them for. But the reality of our situation is players are currently able to do something. And changing the overarching systems is more complicated now than it would be.
No, let me block you. No!
Yeah, I'm dead.
I tried.
Anyway, I'm rambling. But you're not wrong. Nobody's wrong in these comments about team damage. But it's a complicated issue and one that can be made very simple just by turning it off. So that's why it's appealing.
Yeah. Let's see.
Seth says, look guys, when this game first came out I had to fight for you just to get an ignore feature in chat, so let's not sugarcoat. I don't think we're sugarcoating.
Yeah, I don't think we're sugarcoating.
Let me know if I'm wrong, but I feel like we've been pretty frank about the some of the shortcomings here.
Yeah, like, we understand, like, for years people are asking for us to remove, like, team damage, and then another time when people were saying, like, why do we even have all chat, and then we removed it, and, you know, it was partially, in fact, like, the toxicity, but it was mostly due to the fact that people would give away the positions of their live teammates.
Which has a super easy fix in a theoretical universe, which is you just make it so dead people and alive people are in different chat channels.
But that wasn't possible for our system back then.
I mean, no, it would have required a very expensive renovation of an already outdated system. Yeah. So instead of doing that, at some point, the entire system is going to get replaced with a more modern system. But I mean, in the interest of not sugarcoating things, these are some of the trials and tribulations you have when you have an 8, 9, 10-year-old game that wasn't necessarily built to modern standards when it was made, and then you're trying to update it to modern. Oh wow, you're trying to update it to modern standards. This is why some stuff for us is actually harder than it is for new games.
Yeah,
because we have to contend with all of the reliant subsystems that interact with all of the features of our game.
Like, World of Tanks is super old, so yeah, there are a lot of games who are doing things much better than our game is doing, but the thing is, a lot of that is because they've learned from other games over the years. So, like, 8 years is a really long time for video games. Like, 8 years ago,
incredibly
like,
long time for video games.
What games are from 8 years ago that
I mean, they're out there, but it's a short list.
But point still stands. There's a lot of things that game developers have learned over the years, and things that you input into your coding before you even decide that you want to, like, do these things. Like, we're old. We're old.
Stormer says Watt's code needs to be rewritten from the ground up. I mean, lots of it
is also, like,
lots
modular.
of it is being. That's kind of why, for example, the render. One of the reasons that 1.0 took so long is because we built a new render from the ground up, and then we had to rebuild how the render interact with all the other different game systems from the ground up. That is what happened. The very small things become very big projects when you're talking about drilling out part of old code and replacing it with new code.
Yeah. World of Warcraft, Diablo, World of Tanks, Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft is pretty old, but I do know...
I would say StarCraft 2 is about that old too, Amanda. League of Legends is about that old.
Alright, up next. Alright, I believe this person re-input their name, because we missed them earlier. Well, their username, I guess,
I got the wrong name?
Yeah.
Thanks for Game Powerage. Sorry, it was a particularly bad one. Not an ideal map for us, I don't think. Alright, I have sent invites.
Okay, awesome.
Doing alright, George Charles. Can't
RuneScape.
complain. A little tired.
I play RuneScape.
Yeah. So. We're in the middle. We're moving right now, so we have boxes everywhere, and everyone's bumping into each other in the hallways. And
can Wargaming fix the camo on the Grill 15 already? It stinks to work all the way to a tier 10 that is unusable. Looking at the global stats, so I mean,
he's not wrong.
Yeah,
the Grill's not in a good place. You're right.
One of the biggest things that we learned during the AMA, and he kicked the cable.
I had to do it once. I had to do it once this stream. I knocked the monitor cable out of place, and now we've officially completed the World of Tanks NA stream bingo. So I'm sure one of you won the game there. Let us know, and we'll send your prize along shortly.
So when it comes to the AMA, we did learn a lot of things. One of those things that we learned is that before the devs want to make any vast changes to balancing of tanks, so this includes the 430U, the Ram Panzerwagen, like the E100, they want to rebalance ammo first. Like that's their main focus right now before they make huge changes to different tanks.
So I've sent invites to Dodd Boop Hero. It might be an issue of settings.
Possibly.
If they are here.
Dodd Boop, please make sure you have your settings correct. If you want to show people how to change their settings, all you have to do go into your settings and turn off accept invitations from friends in garage, which is the 5th one down, I believe. Yeah, you have to uncheck that one. So, Dodd Poop, if you're in... it's DOD. There's only 2 O's. So he mistyped it.
I copy-pasted.
Remove one. There we go. Uh-oh. Wait. What?
I'm so confused.
I'm very confused. Anyways, I guess we're doing tier 5.
They're both on the same clan, so I'm assuming it's the same guy's accounts.
Possibly,
we'll just look past your multiple accounts there, Dad.
It's fine.
Monty says I won. What was the contest?
Oh, the bingo.
Oh, good. I got you, Monty. That's about where my memory span is at right now. Hello, Dot Poop.
Alright, I'm just
gonna keep saying your name because it's great. Is that what we're doing tier 5?
Yeah. Alright, $25, please read previous comments.
I'm gonna play the terrain. I like the terrain.
Can we have all stats from all 4 regions merged to show a world ranking? I mean...
Ooh, interesting take.
Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna do tier 5. Tier...
Marie said $25 to your favorite charity if like is not said for a stream. I'm not saying names.
What?
That was the previous message.
Oh.
So I guess you'd get to choose the charity. So what? OST.
Charity, yeah. OSD would be my choice. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Doing it.
I put Geo 1.
Geo.
And then Warchild says, do you all have an idea for when Fire Trail rewards will be available? I believe it's on the page for Fire Trail.
We do not. We have to ask. We have to ask Big Brother before he leaves.
Someone posted.
Yeah. Crazy Boop. See if you can poke Big Brother and have him poke his head in here and answer that question.
I think it's on the actual Fire Trail original thingy.
Dark Lord said, "Are we going to be seeing any new large city-only maps?" Well, the redo of Kharkov, I think, falls into that category. It's not entirely a city map, but it is a large map with a city area. Not sure what the next map is going to be. In the AMA, Pearl River came up, which is not a large city map. So,
hi.
I'm following you, Dot Poop. You're the guy.
Hi guys, hello to Warriors Rigo and Manva, who we platooned with earlier.
I think
Senator Ratbat doesn't hate me anymore.
What?
I don't know if he hated you.
Oh, I don't think he ever hated you.
Who's Big Brother? Big Brother is our
competitive gaming manager.
There you go. I almost said esports, and I was like,
he runs the clan and the tournaments department, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually am a little out of touch on the clan stuff because we already have a lot on our plate, and I just go to him whenever I have questions about it. So whenever you hear me say Big Brother, that's who we're talking about. Big Brother 1984, the competitive game manager. Hoover Dam map. Oh, I like that idea. Hoover Dam map would be rad.
Ooh, that'd be really
That's a really cool idea for a map, actually. We'll see what we can do. Oh, I didn't get to shoot it. By the way, this is my new band, Turan. Hungry like the wolf.
Ooh.
That's how that one goes, right? That's a reference that
injured my radio
you probably won't get.
What?
Turan.
Oh. I believe I know this song.
Not a big 80s music person.
I believe I know the song, but it is the Tuesdays.
Record says I expect a shout out. 100% record.
It is the Fridayest of Tuesdays.
If we do put it forward and it does become a thing, we'll have you enshrined on the map. D-Maxer says first rebalance the maps, then focus on broken tanks. Well, it's usually different teams working on the two different things there.
So it could be going simultaneously.
Yeah, the maps team is working on maps while the balance team is working on tank balance. So.
I'd like to see interface scaling under graphics. I know it's not the best solution, but you can go into the
do this all the time.
Configuration, so the settings configuration. There's a specific document, WordPad document that does your that saves your settings for you. I believe you can do interface scaling from that. It is not the best solution, but it is a solution.
Is that an AFK T-52 that
I don't know.
I'm getting shot by an RBFM up on the cliff. Wow, 3 times. Such a fast.
Yep. He is still firing at me.
Oh, God. KB220 also firing at us.
Yep.
Is there just an AFK platoon over there?
Might be. Where's that RBFM? Where are you, B?
I don't know, but he's shooting me again, and I'm probably gonna die. So he's just up there in the cliff somewhere. Spark says, what tier do I need to be to play with you guys? We'll play any tier that you want. So whatever tier. LN Cinder. I hope I'm getting that name right. Let me know if I'm not. What are your guys' favorite tanks to play from tiers 1 to 10? I'm only going to pick one because listing 10 tanks would take too long. My favorite tank to play right now is actually the Swedish tier 8 medium. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure I scared that RBFM when I shot in his direction, but he is there.
GFI Fold says, who is at charge at Wargaming and Anos? And that would be our fearless leader, Senator Ratbat, who just came up. He's the regional head. He's
on stream sometime.
Yeah, we definitely will, actually, not once we have a studio instead of a closet.
Yeah.
We will definitely get Ratbat on stream. You'll see, he posts on the Reddit pretty often, actually, if you guys check out. He's got an officially flagged account. He likes to hang out on Reddit and keep an eye on what's going on when he's off work, so he posts on there on his spare time. Yeah, we will definitely have a Senator Ratbat stream in the new office if he wants to. You may not want to.
I mean, we could have him on at least once.
Sparks wants to know how he can join us. We have a link that goes out that people sign up on. We might already be booked through the rest of our stream today, unfortunately. But we usually, anytime we're doing a Platoon stream, early on in the stream, the link goes out and you sign up. You fill out a little form there.
That was like
oh boy.
2 or 3 seconds of travel time.
Spazzed out and alt-tabbed with the stream up.
Oh no.
My bad.
You're totally fine.
I was going to check my messages.
Come on. Come on now.
Alright, well I definitely leaked a screenshot of a Tinker Words UI mock-up that Domo's working on.
Cough, cough. Totally didn't do that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, nothing secret.
Nothing secret. Okay.
Just Domo doing good work. He's a good guy. Like that Domo guy. Shout out to Crazy Boop. Also a good guy.
Also good. Man.
Oh, it's been such a long day, guys. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Terrain. See, now I have his name stuck in my head.
Royal says you're in Texas now. You by the barbecue. Oh,
yes. Oh my goodness. I had Rudy's yesterday. Oh, so delicious.
War Child asked when we're moving to the office. We actually start tomorrow, technically.
We start today.
We're moving. We're packing
desks.
now. Crazy Boop says I'm in charge. Correct.
Oh man, that's funny.
Cabbage, if you're in danger, just blink 3 times. Nope, not in danger. Just, I got up like 7 a.m. for a call with some guys in EU, and I've been going ever since. So just a little burned out right now.
Shout outs to our fearless streamers, Tragic and Cabbage.
Oh, thank you.
Fearless?
I don't know. We do our best. My little brother, as you guys know, watches these streams sometimes, and he referred to our streams as cringeworthy. So I kind of agreed.
Because it's your brother?
Well, that's part of it too. I think his friend, he probably bragged to his friends.
Realistic.
He bragged to his friends about it, and they watched us and were like, "Who are these jokers? I don't even play this game." But we appreciate the kind words. It's not really for him anyway. He's 16, and
thank you, Bacon Bite.
You know. We're not really. This game isn't aimed at 16-year-olds. It requires a more mature hand at the wheel to deal with the ups and downs and the complexities. You know, this isn't Fortnite.
Dominic, so we did talk about essentially balance changes to a bunch of tanks. So a lot of the tanks that you guys know had rebalancing coming to them, including like the E100, the 430U, and the AMX 40B? 30B? AMX 30B, my bad. Those all are possibly delayed essentially until we get the ammo rebalance done. And then that's presumably...
Sorry, Dad Poop, gotta kick you out.
That's presumably when we will get rebalancing for those tanks.
Scorpion says, this is a game for boomers. Did I say it? I've said it before. You have to be a boomer at heart. For those of you who don't know the internet meme, there's a common meme right now that like anybody 30 and over is a boomer. We're not actually referring to baby boomers, but Yeah, I mean, it's me and Big Brother make 30-year-old boomer
Did
jokes about
you
ourselves all the time.
invite Tanker 92?
I did.
Okay.
I think I did. I'll do it again just to double check.
Okay.
Uh,
What's changed with the whole new suspension on the SDB1? If you're going under, like, I think it's 20 kilometers per hour, it'll tilt forward and back.
Wrecker says boomers rise up. I mean, I mow my lawn.
There we go.
You guys know how it is.
And he chose...
I'm you, but worse, says GG.
Tier
I was the
9.
M10 on the other
Tier
side.
9.
You were very annoying, Mr. I'm you, but worse. Very annoying
I'm you,
indeed.
but worse.
Seth says most people don't know what a boomer means. Yeah, I mean, especially because like the definition has changed recently,
Oops.
at least in how it's used on the internet. So I think a lot of people are probably confused. Other people didn't even know that the baby boomers was like a generation thing. So that's a problem. I'm loving the Doom Turtle choice, by the way. What a great, just comes in, drops the Doom Turtle. I'm gonna roll with you in my E75. Let's do it.
Okay. All right, tier 9.
GPC said so I'm a millennial and a boomer. Confusing. Yes, it is GPC, and I'm in the same boat.
All right.
I think being a boomer is more about a state of mind.
3, 2, 1, go.
It's you're less excitable. You're a little more mature. You're more experienced.
Dan Irish says this game is badly broken.
No.
What's I mean, that's
Badly.
really,
I mean,
really wide.
It depends on what your definition of broken is.
General term, I guess.
Judson says, I'm 59 years old, and this used to be my happy place. Wow. Okay.
Dang.
That's cool. That's a lot per day. But, you know, if you want to. We have, one of the things we talk about is we really do have an older audience than most video games, and that's something that we really embrace. I personally think it's awesome. Because it's easier for me to relate to older guys than it is to kids. But yeah, we like a typical video game, as you guys kind of like Fortnite's average age is much lower than ours. Oh boy, E75 is not going well.
Dominic says rumors of a crew rework. It's not rumors. We have confirmed it multiple times, including in our AMA on Reddit. Can you confirm World of Warcraft? Perk tree, or do you mean World of Warships? Because World of Warships is WOWS.
Yeah.
Anyways, at this point in time, I believe the devs have essentially stated, and this was on the AMA, that they've tried several different versions of a crew rework and they weren't satisfied with them, and so they're continuing to look into how they can rework crew skills to be more conducive to the game itself. So.
Seth says, I'm sold. My first online game was text-based. Actually, mine too, Seth. But I don't know if that's a function of my age. Britt on Facebook said, I'm probably older than both of you combined. Well, I'll tell you what, though, Britt. Like, sometimes it's not the age, it's the miles. Tragic likes to say that I'm gonna, like, be... What is it you said? I'm already an old man.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be more comfortable when I'm an old man, because it's gonna be what I always am.
And then,
I blame that on Miles.
See, Randall Green said new Discord rules. They're not new. They were always in place. It's just that so many people didn't realize and or didn't acknowledge that the rules on the Discord are the same rules that are on the forum. And so I decided to take it upon myself to post all of the rules because they apply on both platforms. They're essentially almost exactly the same. And we would like to keep it that way, so we can cite rules if someone's breaking them, and we can make sure people are clear on what the rules are. So, Just
Draken says the oldest young man I know. I did. I made a post about that on Twitter a while ago. It's like 30. You're slightly too old for people to just be like, oh, you're young, but you're too young to be old. It's a weird.
30.
It's a weird phase. I like it though. Oh my gosh, I just got jaggered and it hurts so bad.
Oh
no. My body, no.
Your body is broken, but your mind is intact.
Oh gosh, that was horrible. How did that not hit the T95? I was using him as cover. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I'm enjoying getting older right now. It's nice. I'm so much less neurotic about what people think. I don't care anymore. I don't care. It's great. I love it.
Is that why you wear that shirt?
That is why I wear this shirt. It's also why this shirt.
was joking.
Oh, you mean
It's
the
enough-
flannel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of it too. That's why I have a flannel uniform.
Flannel uniform.
Also, I went to Academy the other day, guys. I bought camo Crocs.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got camo Crocs now. That's my.
What are those?
What are those? I don't wear them to work, but those are my backyard shoes now. It's camo Crocs,
Backyard
and I love it.
shoes.
I'm into it. Embrace it, guys. Embrace it. It's awesome.
Shoes. That's when you know you're old. Is you have backyard.
Well,
specific
I have a big
shoes.
backyard, so I spend a lot of time back there working on it, and then I taking the dogs out to fetch. I'm gonna put this hat on now. This is the dunce hat, and it's what happens when you go right back to where you got shot by Yagaru once, and then you go back there again and you die like an idiot, and then you have to put the dunce hat on. That's what happens.
I tried getting him to put it on before the stream even started. He's like,
dunce hat. Dunce hat for Cabbage.
Oh man, that's amazing. Oh, I love it. Oh,
I see. So I'm catching up on chat. Some of you agree with me. Some of you are like camo Crocs. Too far. I was with you and you said like not caring what people think, but camo Crocs. That's over the line.
That's over the line.
Cabbage wears the flannel because he wants to be a lumberjack.
Aww.
Yeah, not really. JS Gaming asked what our favorite tanks are. Still the M46 Patton IS3 for her. Muppet hat. Yeah.
Okay, there's a very scary tank back there.
Hey, Dead Meat's here. How's it going, Dead Meat?
Hey, what's up? Have either of you been tubing down the Guadalupe? Guadalupe.
I have not been tubing down the Guadalupe.
I have also not been tubing down the Guadalupe.
Mountain Man already exists. I will tell you guys, I met Mountain Man in real life at TwitchCon for the first time last year, and
He's a fantastic person.
we became what felt like old friends like that. And I think the beards had something to do with it. There was a tall guy beard energy going on, and it's like Meathead too. Like you could get all three of us in a room, we just instantly be friends. It's like that tall guy beard energy. It's a thing.
Just get them beers. Insta friends, insta life friends.
How have you guys been? Oh, we've been all right. Can't complain, right?
Yeah. It's getting a little toasty. And we got about 40 minutes left in the stream. This is the last stream that we have in this room for this office. Which
forever.
Forever, which is amazing.
I'm never coming to this office again after today. True story.
True. But yeah, it's going. It's going. And when you buy shirts, you buy through the same kind.
Dominic says Gamescom is soon. Any knowledge on how we celebrate it? Well, as you can see from my hat, we are the North American team.
That was a great shot.
We are going to have some cool stuff coming for Gamescom. That's all EU's. EU gets to hype that up and launch it, so I'm not going to spoil anything.
What?
Press F for this office, says Niels. JS says, what's happening to the room? We're packing up. It's our last stream in this closet, so we're leaving. We're leaving soon. The shame of nothing to do while
Can
Tragic
y'all give us 100,000 gold and Poodle watermelon skin in celebration of a new office?
I would love a Poodle watermelon skin. That's a great idea.
Poodle party, poodle pool party.
Poodle pool. Say poodle pool
like
party 5 times fast.
No.
Shout out to Bunny with Glasses, the Eternal. She was the one who created the poodle pool party, and
the Eternal.
I miss Bunny with Glasses every day.
I miss her too.
I miss Bunny. She has moved on to awesome things, and she's doing really well. So good for her.
There's a T-57 on your team? No, there's not.
Dead Meat. So somebody's Deathman says changing offices again. Yeah, but this is just a changing within Austin. We're just moving to a newer, bigger space in Austin.
Yeah. Because Texas, everything's bigger in Texas. This office used to be big enough for the both of us, and now that we have more than the both of us, we need more space.
G5 Volt says, is the new place an upgrade? Yeah, it's a big upgrade.
Huge.
I mean, this is a nice office. Huge. It's not a bad office, to be honest, but it's a space upgrade. We're a bit cramped right now, which is why we're in a closet. They won't They can't afford to give us any other space.
Yep.
Eric says Alaska is bigger. Yeah, it's true. However, it has less roads because people don't live in most of Alaska So
Wow, that guy
Shots
got
fired.
melted.
we have covered on, if you're not familiar with cabbage lore, which is the nonsensical history of myself.
I think
I went to university in Alaska. Love Alaska. It's awesome. Canopus says, I need to thank Tragic for introducing me to the Baby Shark song on one of her prior streams.
Oh, no.
My nephew thanks you, my sister, maybe not so much.
I'm so sorry, but also, you're welcome.
Oh man, Dead Meat took
what
that.
Can I say except you're welcome.
There's a Texan Alaskan battle going on in the Twitch chat right now. We got some people swinging.
In all fairness, though, Texas has barbecue.
I mean, Alaska has salmon and crab.
Do you wanna read Dave's Barber?
Yeah. Did I miss the conversation about British Lights? Are they purposefully bad? Did Wargaming release them like this to buff them with buffs already playing? Give me a rundown on light tanks. Lots of imbalances. Weird bad news. Rumors the British Lights are wrong. Okay, Dave. So let's cover it real quick. I don't think anybody intentionally wanted them to be bad.
They're also not.
They also aren't released. They are getting some buffs in the next iteration of Common Test.
Hey.
So as far as the rundown, the buffs weren't planned. They are now getting buffs. I would say one thing people on Reddit picked up on that I think is the most likely answer is that the British Lights are physically smaller than most of the other light tanks. Yeah. And whenever a tank has like a physical advantage like that, they'll usually try and balance it with other stats. So if you're looking at it on a piece of paper and go, these stats are so much worse than this tank, how do they not see it being bad? The question was how much of an advantage it being smaller physically would be. I think that's speculation on my part, to be honest. But I did 0 damage. I'm so sad.
Up next, we have NSX. Thank you, Tankers92. We generally do only one game because we do want to make sure we get people into our platoon. Let's see. Is there any reason why I got team killed and the team killer never turned blue? Generally, there's many reasons, depending upon how many times they shot you and a bunch of other things. But essentially, if it was an accidental shot and they killed you, there could be a possibility that they don't turn blue. There is a specific threshold for them to pass to turn blue.
I'm disappointed in me too. 0. That's why I'm wearing the dunce hat.
Yeah.
10, 0 damage. You put the dunce cap on.
Alright, so up next we have NSX, and I believe you invited them?
I did.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, Dead Meat, that sounds good, actually. Actually, I might have a project you might be interested in. Let me, next week, because we're moving this week, but next week reach out through mutual channels.
Are you in a match? Possibly. Just reflect team damage. I mean, Ships has the system where if you turn into a team killer, it will reflect damage, but I don't know. Panzer 1C versus the Manticore.
I kind of like the reflect.
Kind of like that, huh? You should keep it. It's real bright.
It's a bit small for my head. There's a problem.
I think we're still waiting on NSX.
I've sent the I've sent the NSX
move on to
invite.
the next person, and then we'll come back to NSX in a moment.
Doguka.
It might be a good idea to do a tank test drive in game. For example, pick a non-research tank, take it for a spin in the training room with bots or something. So I mean, I'm pretty sure people in our office would love that, but it would also be a real big implementation of different mechanics into the code.
I see some Cyrillic and a reference to the CCCP,
Poodle time, yes.
which I can only imagine is a response to my dunce
Poodle
cap.
time. Yes.
Oh, is it Poodle time?
It's Poodle time.
Poodle pool party?
Can we get a Rear Admiral Jingles in the TOG? That would be interesting.
That would be great, yeah.
We'd love to add more, like, essentially crew skins. We have been asking for crew skins, so hopefully, maybe at some point.
Alright, Poodle countdown.
Oops.
You can only do this countdown if you're in the Poodle, by the way. Hard rule.
Get ready.
We're gonna flood the chat, flood the benchmark with Poodles.
It's just spitballs. Last night someone mentioned in chat, why not have a high-tier version of the Panzer 1C? Surely this has been thought of before me, right? What glaring flaw am I missing? I mean, 3, 2, 1, go. I mean...
Can we get a Scorp G as a Scorp G commander?
It has a tiny gun that's really meant for... It's honestly more of a machine gun than it is a real gun, so...
On the PZ-1C?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how, yeah, machine guns aren't real guns.
Yeah.
Not on the tank skill of things.
Yeah.
Of course we're bottom tier.
Yeah, balancing tanks
Load
is number
gold.
1. Load HE!
The game after you do 0 damage, you load only gold, right? That's the rule.
Oof. Oh, man.
Yeah, we have talked about this watershed moment in development that occurred fairly recently where there was like a real choice made to start departing from historical accuracy in favor of gameplay. Before it was you're always trying to find a balance. Not to say we're still not trying to find a balance, but it was the Minsk map. The Minsk map was really very historical when it first came out, and it kind of no one liked it. This is kind of no one liked playing on it, and still kind of don't. So that really was like a wake up moment. It's like, oh, like maybe we should focus more on making maps that are fun to play instead of like physical representations of what a place might have been like at the time we chose.
So I really love it when people phrase questions like this. So the question itself is, are you under NDA on the international tech tree?
I mean, we're under NDA on everything.
Yeah.
Just FYI. I mean, that's standard practice for people working in several industries, but
yeah.
It's definitely our industry.
But the biggest thing is, I don't think at this point we know anything about an international
Yeah,
tech.
I don't know. I mean, I couldn't,
like, we would
I couldn't
love
say if
to
I
have,
did, I guess.
Gosh.
Since,
but
no, I
would
honestly
love to
don't.
have like multiple nation trees. So for tanks that are either captured, like the King Tiger captured, or that
well, I think
lend-lease vehicles.
We have
so
confirmed
like
that they're looking at ways to, like, for those vehicles that maybe should apply to multiple nations.
Yeah.
To maybe make it so you could put crews from either nation in.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it is something that's being discussed. So that would probably apply to most of the lend-lease stuff. It would apply to, like, I guess you could say the Poodle, since it's a Panther.
Yeah.
And also like the Rudy, which is technically canon in its show is a Soviet Polish tank. So people wanted Polish crews to be able to work on it, and we're definitely paying attention to that.
And then for my report says blink twice if there is an international tech tree coming.
I mean, honestly, not that I'm aware of. But that's what I'd say if I couldn't say anything, right?
Widen my eyes.
So dun dun dun! It's a conspiracy.
I think they moved away from this entire flank.
North Star said, "Hey, at least
there is a T.
At least you told us British Lights are getting a buff." Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna like instantly be meta or anything. I see that, but they are gonna be better than the current iteration at least. I believe the Manicore is getting bumped to 20 shells instead of 16. So, you know, like I said, it's not a massive change. Poodle flank.
Yeah, I can't. I got like tiny gun. There's not much I can do to that
Yeah,
LT. So.
We're kind of in a tough spot right now because we can't really sweep this flank by ourselves.
Nope. Poodle party is.
Let's just go south and see what happens.
Go south and see.
Can we just go south and see what happens?
All right, we'll go south and see what happens.
I mean, I feel like we can just do this and die.
How do I tune with Tragic and Cabbage? So at this time, I believe we are essentially full out until the end of the stream, but generally we post a link where you can input your username, what tier you want to play, and also make sure you turn off the invite from friends in garage setting. Ooh!
What happened?
I just YOLO'd a shot at YOLO Strats 360 swag and killed him in the Hotchkiss.
Did you say kilt?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna get KV2'd. Oh no.
I killed him.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Oh no.
Oh! Well, that was horrible. I guess we just sort of stacked the West with the other 27 people in the game.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm keeping the dunce cap on. Not getting to take that off.
Well, I'm super dead. Oi, 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 oi. Well, I'm major dead. Major malfunction? Hello?
Incinder said, "Is the black market ever coming back?" I mean, the black market was very popular. Is all I'm gonna say about the black market. Take that information how you will.
Do you guys have marble race like Cody Men's or a raffle or anything? Not today. We do giveaways occasionally. I am working on a system for you guys to receive rewards every week that you come to a stream.
Wow, so, that sounds really nice.
It sounds super nice. So, if you guys want to, once essentially all the plans are in place, I can kind of share with you guys what the idea is, and then you guys will be able to have that, and then I can just say, yeah, there is a giveaway every single week. So, but yeah, you guys heard it here first. That is actually, I think, the first time I have talked about it. So,
this is definitely the first time we talked about it.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised you mentioned it.
Yeah. Well, there's now like a more solid plan that has been discussed. So
we did. I mean, we definitely made a conscious choice to not turn this into a weekly giveaway stream. we don't want to set that expectation because it kind of turns chat super toxic. But we do want to, offer some rewards and incentives for coming and hanging out with us. So yeah, we're looking into that. Tragic's building it out.
I was pretty pleased to find out about Cody Men's through the scavenger hunt, by the way. Yeah, thank Domo Sapien. Domo Sapien is the one that organized it. He worked really hard on it. We definitely appreciate Domo.
Yep.
And we also
Cody.
Cody. We also appreciate our amazing crazy boop.
Check out some of the other guys on the scavenger hunt.
Around. So let's get Snowman 5478. Snowman. Man, I am just thinking about breakfast for dinner still.
Brenner,
yeah. Brenner sounds so delicious. What kind of changes would you like to see in World of Tanks?
Oh boy, that's a deep question there. Just come in and leave a wide sweeping number of that. I would like to see the game keep evolving. I think Frontline is a good start. And I'd like to see the game kind of keep heading into that longer, larger engagement sort of philosophy. And I'd also like a Tech Tree M60. We're trying. We're still trying.
Yeah.
Still trying.
Are your grits amazing in Texas? Have you tried grits?
I have. I have had some good grits from multiple places here. I'm not a huge grits fan, but I get them sometimes.
And then Dave's Barber asked, why doesn't Rage Raptor do the scavenger hunt? Scavenger hunt is all of our CCs who want to participate. If they're not a CC, then they aren't offered a participation spot. However, we are looking at content creators all the time, and I believe we do want to add new ones very soon.
We are going to add a new wave of CCs soon. I'm not... we'll talk about that later.
Deckfist, dinner for breakfast. Thanks, Bjorn. You should check him out. We're always looking at people. We're literally always looking at content creators. Generally, if there's a content creator and they're popular, whether it's on Reddit or just amongst their own community, eventually it gets back to us. Like, it could also be through our streamers themselves. Sometimes they suggest other streamers for us to look at, and then sometimes we just kind of discover people. There's no
Region Raptor, okay. Yeah, I am familiar with that.
Alright, get ready. Tier 9. Alrighty.
Why isn't there a Swedish tank called Carl Gustav?
2, 1, go.
Is Hut's Hamburgers still around? If you go there, tell them I sent you. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't want to say no. I haven't heard of it if it is. I will say Pete Terry's is around, and Pete Terry's is so good.
Mad Dog.
Oh, actually, apparently Hut's Hamburgers closed this year. Bad news. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I think they closed down, like, really recently as well. Yeah. Like, a few weeks or months ago. And then Mad Dog CB says, I noticed that disabling chat with allies only affects random battles and not frontline. Is this related to the chat being archaic and frontline being new content? Honestly, I don't know. I think we're pretty aware of
I
this
missed
situation.
this. What was this from?
Mad Dog CB. It's before the count-in. Right there. It's a longer comment. And then Wrecker says, would you guys listen to my trap remix of the World of Tanks theme? I mean, if you post it in the content creator channel in our Discord, we can definitely check it out.
I would, I guess. So I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the chat thing with Frontline.
Yeah. I don't think I've heard anything besides that we know about it and that our CS department also knows about it. And then BP says, I would like to see a side game like Frontline, Racing, Football, etc. Do you think that would be possible in the future?
Yes, well, we have confirmed that Racing is coming back this year, so that's one for you.
Yeah. As for, like, permanency, or whatever, anyways, I do know, like, the devs are very hesitant to add, like, new game modes, mostly because, like,
instantly here.
We've kind of been burned in the past by game modes, either... not being fun or whatnot, like historical battles were part of that.
What a
rampage mode.
wacky fight here at the beginning.
Yeah, look at that E50. Look at him.
Yeah, it was real wacky. So the bad chat didn't die, which is pretty disappointing to me. That the bad chat didn't die, because he's at like 0 health.
Oh gosh, okay.
Horn says, hello y'all, nice hat, Cabbage. Thank you. This is actually my dunce hat, and I for the
I
third...
told you should have worn it at the beginning of the stream.
I was playing good at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, I was.
You know, your voice gets higher when you lie.
My voice gets higher when I'm copying you.
Okay, anyways.
Nazmul says, how do we, NA server, earn ranked battle vehicles? By playing ranked, which we will have news for hopefully very, very soon. But not yet. Sorry. We are trying. There will be ranked. You will be able to earn the ranked vehicles. I can confirm all of that. Other details incoming hopefully very soon.
Where's that? I don't know where that bad chat went. He's not within a 50-meter bubble around. Oh, that's the Skoda. That's the Skoda. The Skoda hurt.
Cabbage is a spectator of the stream. Yeah, the second half certainly. I need a nap.
You need a nap. You need dinner.
Any chance you can ask Minsk to make the T-54E2 a Tier 9 premium medium and not a Tier 8 heavy? Kind of have already, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think it's going to change at this point. It's a little too far along. But there, suffice to say, there has been some disagreement and contention over the classifying of certain U.S. vehicles as mediums and heavies.
This guy's name is Yamaha R6.
I would say me and Chieftain are on one side.
Yamaha, you're not doing your bike's name justice. Yeah! I killed him through his roof.
Warchild needs rank battles. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Noah says, I'm not holding it against you, Cabbage, except Baby Shark's not cool, man.
Baby
what did we do to Baby Shark? Oh, the song? That's her fault, not me. That's not my fault. Any idea when the next ×5 or 4 XP is? I think... I have to pull up the document. Sorry, not off the top of my head.
I messed up that first shot. Jeez. Where would one's place a Watt Trap mix for your listening pleasure? I believe there's a, like, self-promo channel, sort of. There's also a music channel on the Discord if you want to place it there. There's a couple of places, but I think there's a minor difference between the two. One being there's player-created content, and then the other one being already create professional content, I guess.
Raz says, don't know if WGNA can answer this, but are there any premiums Wargaming regrets making premiums? I know some devs wish they saved the low for the tech tree. I can't speak for the devs. That'd be a good dev AMA question next time we do one. Personally, I kind of wish that we'd saved like some vehicles like the Eagle 7
M60
and maybe the T26C5, some of those vehicles for that second American medium tree that Chieftain and I wanted really bad to get that tech tree M60. Yes.
Does the link disappear
but
when it's full?
I can't speak for the devs. They might have they almost certainly have
it.
different opinions about that.
We generally post the link for Platoons as the stream starts and a couple of times during the stream. And then we post it more if there's not a whole lot of people in there. Oh, no. Yeah, that's fair. That is the sound I made.
BP says, will dark energy destroy the universe eventually, or will it be black holes that do us in? I mean, we'll find out on Ragnarok, won't we?
Alright, I'm gonna go in for it.
My understanding is Odin will call us to battle, and then we'll, have it out, and then he's going to get swallowed by a giant wolf, probably. So it's going to get ugly, most likely. But we'll find out then.
Yeah! Dang, I am doing great, but I also hurt a lot from that Skoda.
You're alive, though.
Yeah.
Way to be alive.
2.6k damage. Nice. Rotate my turret around.
And 15 health.
There's the Skoda.
So you are
15 health in a dream.
You're a poodle sneeze away from who's attacking Area 51. Hopefully none of you.
Oh boy.
Just enjoy the memes while they're there. Lee Hong Jin on YouTube says, what do you think of the Tier 7 Panther? I think it shoots needles instead of hyper-fast 75mm rounds. It does...
Oh no! That was a dingus move.
I actually think the Tier 7 is decent. It does have low alpha, but the DPM is incredible, and the pen's incredible, and the shell velocity is pretty good, so you can actually hit at long ranges. I think the Panther line, for me, doesn't get really disappointing until the Panther 2. I actually think the Tier 7 and the Tier 6 are alright. But yeah, man, the Panther 2 is a bummer. Jeff says, still waiting for my Type 5.9. Jay says, lol, Cabbage's hat looks like a thimble on a melon.
Tragic.
That was a really nice roundabout way of you to say I have a giant head. I appreciate it. I appreciate you caring about it, folks.
Your heads are different.
Oh, it's not a reward hat.
It's
a dunce hat, which is why I'm wearing it.
Game mode with wheeled cars from what? I don't think we ever did that.
German, England, and USA. There was the wheeled, the World War I mode with the wheeled vehicles, right?
Oh, now I remember. That was the 100 years of tanks.
Yeah. So that was a.
But those weren't like.
The technology that was tested then did eventually lead to the French wheeled vehicles we have now. So that is kind of what happened with that.
I was like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, oh.
Wet Dreams, Dry Beds, interesting Twitch name, says, what happened to the historical AMX 40 buffs from 2015? I don't know. Were there buffs that we said the duck was going to get that it didn't get? Lovin's going to be very upset to find this out.
He will be.
The M8 Greyhound was a thing. Yeah, the M8 Greyhound is one that pops up a lot as far as vehicles that people would like to see the most.
Look at that.
Just not something that's being ignored.
Dead.
And Cinder says, what premium tank would you guys recommend? Depends on the tier and nation, to be honest, because sometimes that really matters to people.
Yeah.
If you want
also the play style.
Yeah, that too. If you want a specific... So, I mean, if you want to, like, give us some parameters to work within.
2 years from now. What? Scorp, what are you talking about? That's,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes. Yes. Look at that. Look at that.
I don't know where that's going.
I'm gonna... bonus applied to that.
I'm not gonna apply my bonus to that. I'm gonna bob my head in shame and pretend it never happened.
Man, I did really well in all of my games for the T5041.
I was playing really well at the beginning of the stream, and then my brain just gave out.
Alrighty, so we have about enough time for one more
Uno
game.
Mas.
So we're gonna get Gentleman Spider. I hope you're still around.
Uno Mas Jugamos.
And then Lemanoski is.
That's probably not the right way you say that.
What?
Get a super Pershing, you won't be too disappointed. Yeah, I mean, the super Pershing is a great choice. I would say the only thing...
Streamer's choice, your turn.
Okay. I would say the only thing is if you don't want to be slow, don't pick the super Pershing. But I really like the super Pershing. It's a good tank.
Alright, what tier?
I'm going to play the Scorpion so I can just camp and not think about life that much.
Alright.
So tier 7.
Oh, the tier 7 Scorpion.
Yeah.
My bad.
Where is my... Oh, he's probably...
Alright, I will play this tank. It's pretty warm out, perfect cheesecake weather. May have to make that RS3 account. If you make the RS3 account, I'll get you cheesecake. I promised you that. Alright. So,
tier 7.
yeet.
Last game in the stream closet ever. We gotta make it a good one.
Get ready.
So...
In before we just die.
Getting ready.
Lemonowski. Oh, but just call me Lemon. Alright, so tier 7, get ready, guys. 3.
It smells like Fig Newtons in here.
2.
Am I having a stroke?
I think I could recognize it.
Can you smell it? I don't know where it's coming from.
1. Go. Fig Newtons. Pretty sure, isn't it like if you smell toast?
Toast is what I heard, yeah.
Fig Newtons, okay. Thank you for winding my day on a positive note. May your move go quickly with minimal discomfort.
I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah.
Well, some
oh
of you
man,
anyway.
It's the Love Hitman on his Clan Spotlight account. That's
is he on? He's on the other team?
I believe so.
Dun dun dun!
Dun, dun,
Hunting us with the SC-152.
Yeah. Maybe the dunce hat smells like Fig Newtons.
Thario says that I'm Grandi.
You should smell the hat and see if
Grandi's
it smells
on our
like Fig Newtons.
I'm not going to smell the hat on stream. That feels like a mistake. Maybe the dunce hat smells like Fig Newtons. Yeah, I guess so.
Take rewards is great. Can
It
we
does.
do it every month?
It is the hat.
I mean, we'll... I get we
Weird.
will try to do tank rewards every single month.
Weird.
I believe that is the plan. I don't think anything has changed in our plan to do so. But what if someone said with the hat?
I kind of regret it now. It's actually kind of powerful. Probably shouldn't be on my head. I'm probably going to turn into a Fig Newton.
You know, streaming with you is great.
Try and keep it novel, you know. You don't want to do the same thing every day. It'd get boring.
You think so?
Oh, we're getting raided.
Oh gosh! Oh goodness!
Who's raiding us?
Who's raiding us? Whoever raids us. Please do Tank Hollow for tank rewards.
Oh,
again.
we would love to. We're gonna try.
Man, yes.
Tank Hollow is a really cool, really
Hello.
unique,
What's
like
up, awesome
boutique
epic
thing.
guys?
We definitely want to do it again, but you know, it's kind of hard actually.
Yeah, essentially, with the way that we have to plan things, like, sometimes we have to plan things, like, real far in advance, so, like, 2 months. And the other thing is making sure everything that we're doing is possible and viable and how well it will work, so...
Yeah, because we can say whatever
awesome
we want,
epic
but somebody has
games.
to, like, turn it into a real...
Awesome Epic Guys rated us.
Oh, hey.
Hello. Welcome. This is our last stream in this specific room, so...
So I thought I recognized Awesome Epic Guys, and then I watched an interview with them from some of our B-roll from Tank Fest.
Hey!
Nice. So shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome.
Amazing.
If you're in the stream watching now. And it was cool to hear your thoughts on the game. I believe that interview will be showing up in a Tank Fest summary video in the near future.
Super Pershing is me too, Cabbage. That is the best hat I've ever seen from Yonkers here.
Hey, Yonkers!
Yonkers!
How you doing, Yonkers?
Hey!
This is actually my dunce hat today. I have had a run of very poor games, and I had to put the dunce hat on.
I don't know if the dunce hat is helping you.
Oh, good to see you, Yonkers, man.
Yonkers! We miss you. We always miss you. Alright. So, there is...
Hope you are well.
Not much I can do from my spot.
I think you were interviewed. I mean, somebody talked to you in front of a camera, I think.
And it's Ikiboo. What's up, Ikiboo?
Oh, wow, we're getting the whole swarm.
Oh,
how's it going, Ikiboo? Oh, come on.
I can't wait to, like, not be sweaty at
Yeah.
the end of a stream.
This is like the last 10 minutes ever in this horrible little closet, and I'm so excited to never come back. Ever.
So, like, our left flank is completely
Yeah,
gone.
it's gone. And I have to sneeze really bad.
I have a tissue box.
Oh.
If you need it. I'm great. I hope you guys are doing well this fine day as well. Yeah. I mean,
Can't
we're
complain.
a little toasty, as per usual in the streaming closet. But this is our last stream, like I said, from this specific room. So we are going to be moving to a new office within the Austin area. And no, we will not give you the address.
I technically gave it away last year.
I know, but I'm going to ignore what you said and continue on. But
Don't
no,
watch the VOD from last stream.
I'm going to delete
We're gonna
that
have a
VOD.
lot. We're gonna have a lot of security. I'm not worried about it. Don't show up unannounced, guys. That's weird. Don't ever do that.
Yeah. Anyways,
If you wanna hang out, we can hang
just
out.
let us know.
Don't show up
We'll go to lunch with you guys, but don't come to our office, please. With air conditioning, yes, with air conditioning for sure. Ow! Where is
Hey,
that E25?
I don't know,
shooting
but
me
I'm
from?
killing people, so it's a good game. I'm wait. All right, I can take the dunce hat off now. This is already gonna be a good game.
No! Oh, that aims over him. 3, 2. I baited him.
Oh
That's
no!
what I was
Oh no!
doing.
Love Hitman's coming for me.
Ah!
Shoot him! Shoot him! Oh, it's a
no,
big gun.
We're too far away.
It's too big a gun.
We can't save you.
I need help.
You're on your own.
I tracked him. He's
You're on your own.
No, I need your help.
Nope. Sorry.
Oh gosh. Oh no, he just stopped me
That's
for
not-
600
that's
damage.
Not in the plans.
Oh man. Oh wow. Well, I still did 1600 damage in the tier 7 American Scorpion, so I'm gonna call that a decent game. It was all right.
Decent. Yeah, decent. I would call it that. Ow. That was my crew. You hit me in the crew.
Yes, we are.
Oh,
We are
God.
allegedly going to have.
No. Oh no! This is bad. Oh no! Ugh. Yes! Oh no!
Sure.
This is all bad.
Neil says I'm gonna miss your red blush. Probably mine mostly then.
No! I'm super dead. Oh gosh. One last shot.
Noah
Aw,
Swagger
dang it.
10 on Twitch says awesome epic eyes are epic.
no.
Presumably awesome as well, right?
We fought till the bitter end. I killed Love Hitman, and that's all I needed
Did you?
to do.
I shot him
I
once.
did.
I'll take it.
I avenged you. I avenged you.
That's all we can ask for. Some sort of
Anyways,
vengeance.
I believe we're just about 4 minutes away from being the end of the stream.
Done. Thank you for the game, Gentleman Spider.
Gentleman spiders, some long words.
There we go.
Anyways, so I'm gonna say this one last time in this room. Do you have any closing words?
So many closing words. Thank you all for stopping by and watching our audio-visual broadcast nonsense. We really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting our game. Everyone who works at Wargaming on the product really appreciates it. I know it doesn't always feel that way, but a lot of people do put their lives into this game, and it's really nice to hear from the people who are enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying it, let us know that too. Just keep in mind that we're humans and, you know, be decent about it. This is going to be the last stream from the studio. We're not going to have a proper stream Thursday. You might stream from home.
I don't think I am. I have other things
So
I have to do.
Probably no stream Thursday. We will be back next Tuesday from the new office, almost definitely. Very excited to show it off to you guys. Very excited about all the new opportunities we're going to have in the new office. And we're going to raid somebody,
We're going to
hopefully.
be raiding Cody Menz, so if
All
you're
right,
on
our boy
Twitch,
Cody.
stick around. I am throwing up the raid command, so if you guys are on Twitch, we are raiding Cody Menz. If you can, just ask him where your cabbages are. Just say, Cody, where are your cabbages? This will be the last raid from this room, so
We're
anyways.
going to do this for everything. Goodbye from the last
Goodbye!
the last time in this
closets.
room.
I have.
And then we just
Single paper.
you got to end it off on a big note, like blah.
Wait. There we go. Oh gosh, that's.
See y'all later. You
all
broke
right.
it.
Bye, guys. Bye.